Is Social Security actually going broke? Will you get back a single dime you paid in? For years, you've been bombarded with scary headlines and neighborly advice telling you the whole system is about to implode. It's enough to give you a serious case of retirement anxiety. But what if I told you that most of what you've heard is just plain wrong? In this video, we're cutting through the panic to debunk the biggest Social Security myths and show you what the future of the program really means for your money. It's wild how much bad information is floating around, and it's causing people to make major financial decisions based on fear instead of facts. I see it all the time. Younger people are so convinced Social Security won't be there for them, they don't even factor it into their retirement plans. Frankly, that's a huge mistake. The truth is, Social Security is built on a framework designed to last, and knowing how it actually works is the key to planning your future with confidence. So today, I want to arm you with the real facts, pulled directly from official sources, so you can stop guessing and start planning. We're going to tackle the biggest myths one by one, from the program's finances to your own retirement checks. Number 1, the going bankrupt myth. Let's kick things off with the heavyweight champion of Social Security myths. The idea that the system is going bankrupt and the money will run out right before you need it. This is easily the most damaging misconception out there. The headlines love to scream that the trust funds will be depleted or exhausted, making you think the whole piggy bank will be empty. Here's the reality. Social Security cannot go bankrupt. By its very design, it's impossible. The system runs on a pay-as-you-go basis. This means money from today's workers and their employers goes directly to pay for the benefits of current retirees. As long as people are working and paying taxes, cash is always flowing in. So, what's all the fuss about depletion? That refers to the Social Security trust funds, which are just backup savings accounts. They were built up years ago when the system collected more in taxes than it paid out. According to the 2025 Social Security Trustees Report, if Congress does absolutely nothing, those reserves are expected to run dry around 2033 or 2034. But here's the part that never makes the headline. Even if the reserves hit zero, incoming payroll taxes would still be able to pay a huge chunk of promised benefits, somewhere between 77% and 81%. Now, don't get me wrong, a nearly 20% benefit cut would be a serious problem for millions of retirees, but it is a world away from the you get nothing collapse that the bankruptcy myth suggests. And look, Congress has a whole toolbox of fixes they can use to prevent this. They did it back in 1983, the last time the program faced a shortfall, and the changes they made secured it for decades. They could do things like gradually raise the full retirement age by a year or two, slightly increase the payroll tax rate, or change the income cap on earnings subject to the tax. A combination of small tweaks like these would easily secure the program for generations to come. Number 2, the personal bank account myth. Okay, next up is the myth that your Social Security is like a personal savings account. You hear it all the time. I paid my money in and I want it all back, with interest. It sounds logical, but that's fundamentally not how the program works. The truth is, Social Security is a social insurance program. Think of it less like a 401k with your name on it, and more like insurance against outliving your other retirement savings. The FICA taxes you pay aren't sitting in a vault waiting for you. Instead, they're being used right now to pay benefits to your parents, grandparents, and neighbors. When it's your turn to retire, the next generation of workers will be funding your benefits. This is why your monthly check isn't just a simple return of your contributions. It's calculated with a complex formula based on your highest 35 years of earnings adjusted for inflation. It's not about the exact dollar amount you paid in. Two people could pay similar taxes, but get very different benefits depending on their lifetime earnings and when they decide to claim. Believing this myth leads to bad decisions. People get angry, thinking they won't get their money's worth, and are tempted to claim benefits the second they can at age 62 just to get something. As we're about to see, that can be a costly error. The system is designed to provide a steady income for the rest of your life, something no personal account can promise. Number 3, the tax-free benefits myth. This next one is a costly misunderstanding. The idea that your Social Security benefits are tax-free. For a long time, they were. But a law passed decades ago changed that. And depending on your total income, a big chunk of your benefits could be taxable. Not planning for this can lead to a very nasty surprise in retirement. Here's the simple version of how it works. The IRS looks at something called your combined income. To figure this out, you take your adjusted gross income, your pension, 401k withdrawals, part-time work, etc. Add any non-taxable interest, and then add half of your Social Security benefits. Based on that number, your benefits might be taxed. If you're a single filer and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, you could pay taxes on up to 50% of your benefits. If your income is over $34,000, up to 85% of your benefits could be taxable. For married couples filing jointly, the 50% bracket is $32,000 to $44,000, and the 85% bracket kicks in for income above $44,000. Some states still tax benefits too. The main takeaway here is you have to plan for taxes. If you have other income in retirement, like from an IRA or part-time job, you will almost certainly have to pay federal tax on your Social Security. Number 4, the claim at 62 myths. Now let's talk strategy, because this is where myths can really drain your wallet. The first is the idea that you're supposed to claim Social Security at 62. It's the earliest you can claim, but it's definitely not a requirement. And for a lot of people, it's a bad move. Claiming at 62 locks in a permanent reduction to your monthly payment. How big of a cut are we talking? If your full retirement age is 67, which it is for anyone born in 1960 or later, claiming at 62 means you're signing up for a permanent about 30% pay cut for the rest of your life. That's huge. On the other hand, every single year you wait past 62, your check gets bigger. If you wait until your full retirement age of 67, you get 100% of your earned benefit. But if you delay even longer, your benefit keeps growing by about 8% a year, all the way up to age 70. This means by waiting from 62 to 70, you could get a monthly check that's up to 77% larger. That's a guaranteed inflation-protected return you just can't get anywhere else. Of course, that leads to the opposite myth, that you should always wait until 70. Maximizing your monthly check is a powerful tool, but it's not the perfect move for everyone. Deciding when to claim is deeply personal. You have to think about your health, your family's life expectancy, whether you need the income right away, and what other savings you have. If you have a serious health issue, claiming earlier might be the smarter choice. If you need the money to pay your bills, waiting may not be an option. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. 5. The working while collecting myth. The last myth we're busting today is the belief that if you work while collecting Social Security, you'll permanently lose those benefits. This causes a lot of confusion and fear, especially for people who want to work part-time in retirement. Here's how it actually works. If you are under your full retirement age and your earnings go over a certain annual limit, some of your benefits typically recalculates your benefit. They give you credit for the months your benefits were held back, which increases your monthly check for the rest of your life. Basically, the government adjusts your future checks to pay you back for the money they held onto. And once you reach your full retirement age, that earnings limit vanishes completely. You can earn as much as you want, and your Social Security check won't be reduced by a single penny. In fact, working longer can even increase your benefits by replacing a lower earning year from your past in your benefit calculation. So let's do a quick reality check. Social Security is not going bankrupt. It's social insurance, not your personal bank account. Your benefits will probably be taxable, and you have a ton of control over when you claim and what you earn. Understanding these truths is the most powerful thing you can do for your financial future. The system is complex, but it's not the collapsing house of cards people make it out to be. It's been the bedrock of American retirement for a reason, and with smart planning, it will be there for you too. If you found this helpful and want more straightforward, fact-based financial advice, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Plan smart and know that your financial future is in your hands.